All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. Be ready for some high-speed action tonight. Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Texas. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series heads to Texas tonight. Race number 2. 98 laps around this great mile-and-a-half course. Should be a very, very fun race, man. High speed, a lot of action here, and pitting will be a premium. Who's going to take home the victory tonight here in Texas? You don't think everything's bigger in Texas, right? Well, almost. All right, boys and girls, let's get it on here on TurnLeftTV. Well, Texas Motor Speedway tonight hitting you in the face here in the Buschwackers Series. 98 laps, and it is going to be a blast. Thanks for coming in. Let's get this baby started. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here tonight. We're a little bit late there on the stream. Oh, hey, we got the standings up already. Oh, yeah, about 30 seconds into the broadcast, already got a mistake. All right, hey, thanks for coming in tonight. Joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Texas Motor Speedway here tonight, 98 laps, mile-and-a-half track, race number 2 of 10 of the season. I'm your commentator, Heath Johnson. Broadcaster, commentator, and the guy who makes all the mistakes. Got about a minute and a half left here in the practice session. Going to go to qualification. So again, sorry about that. A little bit late here on the ball, but had a few things we had to get worked out here before we went live. Take a look at the track here at Texas. Good mile-and-a-half track. Used to be the fastest track on the surface on the circuit, and fastest mile-and-a-half, I should say, or fastest speedway. And then as the tracks wear it, it's actually started to slow down there a little bit. And Atlanta is now the fastest track, but nonetheless, man, it's not a takeaway from Texas. Great track. Banking the turns 1 and 2 at 20 degrees, 3 and 4 at 24 degrees. Again, great mile-and-a-half track here at Texas Motor Speedway, located in Fort Worth, Texas. Again, thanks for coming in here and joining me on TurnLeftTV. We got a good one here for you tonight. Peace to everybody out there. Ricky Emerson chatting up in here. Givaldo also in here in the chat session. Good to see those guys out here. Ricky's going to keep it lively, I'm sure. And then thanks so much for coming in. Please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you were here, and share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform where you can share YouTube videos. You're more than welcome to share my videos here at TurnLeftTV. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I don't know why you haven't. If you haven't already, please give that a little love tap right there and subscribe to TurnLeftTV, and you get updates when races are coming live. We got a great, I'll tell you what, we got a busy schedule this weekend with a lot of racing here at High Octane Racing League. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeftTV, you can click on the link up in the banner of the channel and make a donation straight through PayPal. Also, don't forget to go down in the description of this race and help me out here at TurnLeftTV by following it over to the Fanatec website and giving those guys a look if you're interested in purchasing racing equipment. I know Ricky Emerson's definitely needing a racing wheel. I don't know about that controller, that Xbox controller. You got to get a racing wheel, buddy. But if you decide to purchase one, man, please follow my link over to Fanatec. Again, thanks for coming in. It's like these guys have switched it over to the qualification session. So busy weekend, man. I'll tell you what, next or tomorrow at 3 p.m., the final race of the IndyCar Series season, 267 laps from Richmond International. It's race number 10, the finale. We're going to crown the champion tomorrow here on TurnLeftTV at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when it gets started. Don't want to miss it. Tune in to TurnLeftTV. And the Saturday Night Thunder will be back in action on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pocono, race number 10, the final race of the season in the Saturday Night Thunder series. Who's going to win this one? Ricky Emerson's run 2 in a row. Can he make it 3 in a row? Oh, man, I should not poke the hornet's nest. 80 laps from Pocono. That's coming up tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're interested in racing some Cup cars. There's the Discord address there on the banner. Take a look at that and join us. You're more than welcome to come out. It's pretty easy to get started racing here at High Octane Racing League. Take a look at the qualifications here. This is Colin Madiak. Whoa! Colin Madiak here qualifying. Why is it showing Givaldo? Let's see if we get that worked out now. Maybe. There we go. Man, I'll tell you what, this game sometimes. This game. Colin Madiak top time here, 28.848 for Colin. Take a look at Artur Vieta as he makes his qualification attempt. Right now, 7th on the grid. Second lap for Artur Vieta. .019, currently 5th on the grid for Artur Vieta. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car, making his qualification attempt. .005, 5th on the grid for Claudio Bardelli Jr. .878 is that second lap time. Now moves up to 3rd on the grid. So a good run there for Claudio Bardelli Jr. We got a big announcement, man. Tell you what, coming up on Sunday, we got the preliminary, kind of the practice race for the High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. The official series starts on July the 3rd. We'll fill that time slot there, roughly fill that time slot there that the IndyCar Series was running. Qualifications start at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Racing starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, July the 3rd. We'll kick it off with an 8-race season starting at Monza. Take a look at the GT3 Series season. Monza, Lime Rock, Okayama, Daytona, Night, Road Atlanta in a little bit of rain, Watkins Glen, Hockenheimring, and Spa. Those are the tracks there on the 2021 summer season in the GT3 series. Alexei Salviev out here doing his qualification attempt here on this 7X machine. One of our IndyCar specialists. Going to come out and do some racing in the stock car. So looks like he's got that car fired up here, man. Good line around the track there for the 7X car. Right now, 4th on the grid for Salviev. Second lap time for Salviev, 28.797. The new pole setter there. The 7X, that Toyota. Alexei Salviev. We'll check in our chatters. Again, Ricky Emerson chatting it up there. He said it's going to be a tough time, a tough race tomorrow at Richmond. Oh, wait a minute. At Pocono. I got 2 races tomorrow. One at Richmond, got one at Pocono. Who knows, man? Might have 3 races before it's over with. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers Series. Texas, the second race of the season. Next week, we got Daytona. That's July the 2nd, followed by Palm Springs on July the 9th. That is Homestead. Bristol Motor Speedway, some short track action hitting you in the face on July the 16th. Riverside International, good road course, 35 laps there on July the 23rd. Nashville Super Speedway on July the 30th. Chicagoland Speedway on August the 6th. You see Indianapolis on the 13th of August, and then kind of a rerun of Atlanta. Had a little problem with that track on the first race of the season, so we've moved us to the tail end of the season. That's coming up on 20 August. So there's the series in the Buschwacker season. So qualifications are just about over with. These guys are getting the DM right now. Good to see Emmy in the chat session. Hopefully Emmy's having a wonderful summer. What's up? Not much, man. Same old on Friday night. Exciting life when you get old. You stay home. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Wow, look at that. Alexei Salviev, Claudio Bardelli Jr. joining us in here tonight. Good to see them. They're racing tonight, so good luck to those guys. Alexei Salviev is our pole sitter here, so one of our Russian drivers. Happy birthday to Yesenia Escoreno. Good to see her. Well, I'm not really seeing her right now, but through Emmy's account, but happy birthday, Feliz cumpleaños. Well, I'll check my email. I don't check my email. In the summertime, you crazy? All right, I'll check in a little while. Good to see you, ladies. Well, who won that race last week? Todd Robillard in the Freightliner sponsored Camaro. Green, white checker. Look at that, man. That three-way battle for the win. A little bit of a shenanigans there coming to the line. Lucas Simpsoner got in that his mix as well, but the 12 and the 13 get together coming off turn 4. A little bit of contact right there between the 13 and the 12 car, and the 90 sealed the deal at Iowa. Not out here tonight, so going to have another winner here. 2 races, 2 winners for sure now. So congratulations to Todd Robillard for taking home that victory last week. So it looks like they're in the warm-up session now, which is good. We'll take a look and see how the qualification results worked out for these guys. There we go. Alexei Salviev qualifies in P1. Colin Matiak starts outside pole in the second position. Sean Jacobs starts in third. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in the fourth position. Zach Muncasey starts in fifth. Preston Hassel sixth. Artur Vieira starts in the seventh position. Jim Willis starts in eighth. Will Dunbar in the 88 car starts in the ninth position. Givaldo Spindola starts in the 10th position. Starting in 11th is Gilmar Peixoto in a 3X machine. We got Lucas Simpsoner coming in as well, so he'll start in the 12th position. All right. Hey, thanks for coming back in here or staying here and enjoying the broadcast. Hopefully you like that video. Will says he won't disappoint you, Fred. So 6 minutes left in the warm-up session. Get things dialed in here. Yeah, don't forget, coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TurnLeftTV, the final race of the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series season. It's Richmond, short track, and a great track for IndyCars, man. This is going to be some tight, close racing. And who knows who's going to come away with a win here. We've got Dan Richards won 2 in a row. But I think the season championship is pretty much locked up. Ricardo Almeida going to win that championship. He has won 5 races this season and just had solid finishes all season long. So race number 10, who's going to come away with a victory in the final race of the season? You'll have to join us right here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know who to pick here to win this race tonight. It's going to be a tough one. We get a lot of very, very talented drivers out here tonight. I think my pick to win I'm going to have to go with, and don't let this guy know that I've picked him to win this race, but I'm going to pick Sean Jacobs to win this race here tonight. With 3 minutes left in the warm-up session, that's my pick, the 24 car to win this race here at Texas tonight. Alexis Salviev says he's in the race, but he's cheering for Colin and Will. Wow. I think we'll have another driver in here before it's over with. Luca Sentner, I believe, is trying to join. Oh, looks like actually he left. Don't forget that High Octane Racing League GT3 Series kicks off July 3rd. Saturday, July 3rd, a 50-minute race. Kick off an 8-race season. Racing starts at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in joining up, we had 25 drivers each race last season. We did this, very popular. And don't forget, man, the GT3 Series pack now comes with the Ferrari, so Get all the cars you need if you don't already have the GT3 Series pack. Get all the cars you need by purchasing that. So should be a very, very fun season, and all the races will be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, we're just about ready to get this race kicked off here, so got my pick to win this race in. Again, I don't think he knows because he doesn't watch the YouTube while he's out at practice, so not going to let him know, but don't want to make him have a big head. All right, here we go. 98 laps here at Texas. Race number 2 of the season. Tough track here, 1.5 miles, high speed, and I got to really be careful going through that tri-oval area because things get tight in a hurry.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, here we go. All right, the starting order here tonight. Alexei Salviev starts in P1. Colin Matiak starts in the second position. Whoa. Let's try that again. Salviev starts in P1. Matiak starts in the second position. Inside row 2, Sean Jacobs. Outside row 2, Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car. Starting in the fifth position is Zach Casey in the 29. Preston Hassel in the 27 starts 6th. Art Vieira in the 4 car starts in the 7th position. Jim Willis in the 53 starts in the 8th position. Will Dunbar in the 88 starts in the 9th position. Givaldo Spindola starts in 10th in the 68 car. Gilmar Peixoto in the 3X starts in the 11th position. All right, boys and girls. Again, this track is high speed, and it can get very, very tight through that tri-oval area. Remember, the front stretch is really not straight there. It's got a little bit of a kink, I guess 2 kinks there, technically. Alexei Salviev in his first race out here in the stock cars. Going to lead the field to take the green flag in that 7X Toyota. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Boogity, 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 boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Salviev's got that Colin Matiak on the outside line, and Colin Matiak taking the race lead. 13 car got a good run there on the outside. So the 13 Colin Matiak to the race lead. Salviev in second, Bardelli Jr. third, Sean Jacobs is fourth. Preston Hassel rounding out the top 5. Looking at the back of Colin Matiak's machine. That's Salviev. Salviev, oh, getting up into the wall right there. A lot of guys followed him up there. He made some contact with the outside wall. Salviev making contact with the wall and now falling back to the third position. He is going to have some damage on that machine. Pretty significant contact for Alexei Salviev on board here with him, as he might have a vibration now. So Bardelli Jr., he got by when Salviev had gotten into the wall. Take a look at this pass here. Alexei Salviev up into the wall right there, and Claudio Bardelli Jr., Johnny on the spot there, takes that position. Salviev now back to the third position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. up to second. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here at the 24 car, running in P4 right now. Preston Hassel just behind him in the fifth position. It's a track here where you really got to take care of your tires as well, or you're going to pay for it late in the run. Sean Jacobs starting to put a little bit of pressure here on Salviev. Trying to feel him out right now, as he doesn't race a lot of laps with Salviev. I think it's probably the first time he's raced with him. We've seen Alexei Salviev racing not only in the GT3 series, but also the IndyCar series as well. So we know he has got some flat-out talent. Sean Jacobs put a little pressure on Salviev. Salviev looked like he's starting to put a little pressure on Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in the second position. He wants that spot back. Givaldo Spindola and Gilmar Peixoto here racing for position. Givaldo down to the inside line. Peixoto looked like he had hit in that, or gotten into the wall on the backstretch, and he does get back into the wall there, coming off turn 4. Sean Jacobs now on the outside line here, putting a little pressure on Salviev. They're almost 3 wide here. Sean Jacobs in that Parts America number 24 car, the Camaro, up on the outside line, that Western Auto sponsor machine. Salviev not giving him any breaks. You're going to earn it. Artur Vieira is wanting to get through as well. Look at this. Artur Vieira in that 4 car. He is squeaked through. He might end up getting by Sean Jacobs here. So the 4 of Artur Vieira, he's going to show some muscle here. He and Sean Jacobs side by side now. Vieira trying to pull off that pass, and Sean Jacobs is going to let him have that. Looks like backs off, and now Artur Vieira moving up to the 4th position. Tell you what, man, that got crazy right there. Take a look at this. Artur Vieira and Preston Hassel almost get into one another right there. So Artur Vieira is not playing. He is now going for third. Get around Alexei Salviev. Salviev trying to squeeze him a little bit. That 7X car. Artur Vieira says, hey man, we got a yellow flag here. We got a yellow flag as got a little crazy here. Looks like maybe Casey might have come around. So first caution flag here on lap 10. Okay, we'll see what happened. Take a look. Oh, Casey smacks the wall. Oh, no, man. Zach Casey hits the wall and then comes across the track to the inside and smacks that inside wall and flips over on his lid. Watch this. Right here, he comes off the turn and smacks the wall, comes across the track. Oh, man, and hits the outside or the inside wall really hard. Flips over on his lid. Will Dunbar, watch this, out of the front of his machine. Right there, across his nose. And then Casey flipping in his mirror. Jim Willis watching this too. This is out of Jim Willis's number 53 car. Right there you see Munkacy come across and then flipping over on his lid. Had to follow that with a camera, but the camera controller is a mouse. All right, going back to live here as Zach Munkacy causing that yellow flag there in the 29 car. Got out a little bit too far there coming off the turn, gets into the wall, and then comes across the track. Smacks that inside wall, and that's a little bit of banking there coming off the track up to the wall. Not sure if that's really how it is, but that turned that car over. Now we're getting some guys coming down pit lane here. So the 13, Colin Madiak, coming down pit lane. 91 also coming down pit lane. On board here with Colin Madiak. Oh, might have been some contact right there with the 24. He's kind of into his pit stall. They're all cattywampus right now. 91 gets a good pit stop. He comes out. 13 beats him out, though. The 4 and the 24, good battle between those guys coming off pit lane. Salviev here in the 7X car. I would recommend that he comes down pit lane here. So he's sort of out there by himself. And looks like he is, I don't know whether he's going to try to stay out here in a little bit older tires. I know they only have a few laps there on tires, but Salviev staying out. Can't help but think that you're going to want to come down pit lane and get some fresh tires. So we'll see how those older tires fare here in this next run with the 7X machine. So I'll be kind of curious to see what lane choice Alexei Salviev takes here in the 7X car. Remember on the start, the 13 was on the outside line. Alexei was down on the inside line in the pole position, and the 13 got a good run and was able to take the lead. Now you got the 7X car out here with a little bit older tires. I mean, he's got, 9 laps, 10 laps on those tires under green conditions. So it looks like he's wanted that inside line. That puts Colin Madiak up on the outside line. The 91 Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in the third position. 24 Sean Jacobs starts in 4th. Vieira is 5th, Hassel 6th. So going to go green this time by. See Will Dunbar starting in the 7th position. Givaldo Spindle starts in the 8th position. Jim Willis 9th. Zachman Casey 10th. Gilmar Peixoto starts in the 11th position. All right, the pace car coming off the track this time. Here we go, back to green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. Same way we started here with P1, P2. 7X holding his own here on these older tires on the inside line. We'll see how long this works for him. 13, Colin Madiak on the outside line, pushing him a little bit. Claudio Bardelli Jr., is he going to try to split the middle here? Oh no, 3 wide. That could be disastrous. 24, Sean Jacobs working with Colin Madiak on the outside line. It looks like this outside line might be the place to be on the starts. On board here with Alexei Salviev. Salviev drifting up the track here on these older tires. Vieira here going to try to get through on the inside line. Artur Vieira now down on the inside line below Alexei Salviev. The 4 car of Artur Vieira here muscling his way around. Now moving up to P3. Claudio Bardelli Jr. looking like he wants to get by as well. Take a look at Bardelli Jr. kicking up a little dust there. Preston Hassel just behind him. Bardelli Jr. and then, oh, contact right there. Oh, no wreck, no crash. Oh my gosh, there was contact right there. With Bardelli Jr. trying to squeeze that 91 car through and did not work. We're going to lose a ton of positions. The 7X and the 91 both losing positions here. I don't think that 91 probably has too much damage. But man, that 7X car was sideways. The 91 here pushing himself around the 29, Zachman Casey. You know he's a little bit off the pace there with some damage. That got wild. So Bardelli Jr. looked like he wanted to get around, and the door got closed on him. Look at this. Right here, man. This is just a little replay right there. Will Dunbar was watching that out of the front of his machine. Watch this out of the front of Will Dunbar's machine. You see those guys get together. He does a great job getting up to the high line. And those guys were leaning on each other. So watch here, man. Pretty tight there to try to be sticking that nose in there and to get around. Pretty tight quarters there as Sean Jacobs now has that car out front. All that action going on, and Sean Jacobs getting around Colin Madiak. We'll take a look at that pass, the 24, getting around the 13. He had to work for it there, and Artur Vieira helping him a little bit, staying down low, and the 24 now to the race lead. Preston Hassel. He and Jim Willis are working together a little bit. Jim Willis, going up to the high side there, but Preston Hassel in the 27 car getting by Zachman Casey. Jim Willis going to try to follow him through. Looking out the back of Preston Hassel's machine. Preston's indicating that he has got some front end damage on this AMD Ryzen sponsor machine. 53, Jim Willis getting by Zach Casey now up to the 8th position. Preston Hassel running in 7th. Sean Jacobs is our leader in the 24 car. Colin Matiak running in 2nd. Artur Vieta is 3rd. Those guys sort of broken away from the rest of the pack. All those shenanigans going on back there have separated this front 3. This guy's got a pretty decent lead over P4. Will Dunbar running in the 4th position. He might be on a mission here tonight, man. He's got some fan base in here watching him. His crew is in here watching him tonight. The UV crew. Gaming crew. And right now, this 88 Salesforce sponsored Camaro. Excuse me, Mustang. Uh-oh. See, I ruined it. Mustang here running in P4. A good run here for the 88 car. Talking to him a little bit earlier, he loves this GT3 cars. He is so excited about that season coming up. Look at this, Preston Hassel trying to gain some spots here, racing Givaldo Spindola. Givaldo up on that 68 car, going to lose 2 positions. Watch here, Givaldo running out of room on that high side. See 27, Preston Hassel getting by. Jim Willis looking on the low side as well. So Givaldo giving up 2 spots. Now tucking back in the 8th position. Sean Jacobs continuing with the lead here in that Western Auto sponsor machine. Colin Matiak running in 2nd. Artur Vieta is 3rd. You could not put a piece of paper between the 3 of those guys. Tell you what, man, this might be Artur Vieta's night, man. He's looking really, really strong. I know I picked Sean Jacobs to win this thing, but I tell you what, he is looking pretty stout here in this 4 car. So keep your eye on Artur Vieta. Take a look at Jim Willis here running in traffic. That Black Rifle Coffee Company sponsored Camaro, number 53, Jim Willis running in the 7th position. Just ahead of him is Preston Hassel running in P6. Givaldo hasn't let those guys get by, or get away from him. He's running that 68 car. He's running in the 8th position, and Zach Casey running in P9. Selvey up a little bit off the pace there. He's got probably some boogered up tires. Now remember, he was on older tires anyway, so the rest of those guys came in, and I don't know what the strategy is for the 7X machine, but now he's going to have a little bit of damage he's going to deal with. Also, we know that Gilmar Peixoto, little damage as well. He smacked the wall a couple times. So this 7X machine in his first race out, trial by fire. That front 3 is showing a lot of muscle here. Colin Matiak keeping that 24 car honest, looking out of the front of Colin Matiak's machine. Take a look at Colin at the wheel. Super composed. He's looking on the low side here of that 24. He's starting to put a little pressure though on 24. He's looking for an opening to be able to slip through. He feels like he's faster right now than the 24. You see he's going down to that bottom side, that 24, leaving that a high side open here. A little Ford versus Chevy, and now Colin Matiak back to the race lead. Sean Jacobs now back in 2nd. Artur Vieta looking like he wants to try to slip through as well. Looking out of the back of Colin Matiak's machine. That's Sean Jacobs and Arthur Vieira running in P2, P3. And I'll tell you what, who is running these guys down, and that's Will Dunbar. He's 2.8 seconds off the race lead right now, but about 2 seconds behind P3. So keep your eye on this 88 Salesforce sponsored Mustang, Will Dunbar. Good run here for him tonight. Zach Muncasey here collecting his thoughts, now giving that 53 car a little bit of a run. Zach Muncasey, remember, he got into the wall pretty significantly. He's gotten that damage repaired, and probably the car's a little bit off pace, but now starting to feel it out here a little bit and close in on this 91 car. 29, Zach Muncasey now back up to the 6th position. Givaldo Spindola. He's now getting by that 53. There's something going on with that 53 car. Something going on with the 53 of Jim Willis and his Black Rifle Coffee Company machine, and looks like he's coming down pit lane. With the 53 making a pit stop here. Something going on with that car. Off pace a little bit, route in 10th position. Bardelli Jr. indicating he's coming down pit lane. Jim Willis in pits. So Bardelli Jr. coming down pit lane here in the 91 car. So you see Bardelli Jr. on pit lane here on lap 36. Colin Matiak is the leader. So Bardelli Jr. in the 91 taking some service here. Little bit of early pit stop compared to some of these other guys here, so maybe just felt like the tires were gone away on that thing. So these other guys seem to be stretching out. You see him finishing up his pit stop. So Colin Matiak, the race leader. Claudio Bardelli Jr. coming back out on track in the 9th position in this 91 car. Now giving up another spot there as Alexei Salviev gets by. So Bardelli Jr. now down 1 lap. Will Dunbar indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane this time by. This can be a little tricky here coming off the track to come down pit lane here, so you definitely have to mentally prepare yourself, because you can make a mistake very, very easily here coming around turn 3. So very, very gingerly as he comes down the track onto the apron, making a pit stop. So the 88 on pit lane. Looks like also Preston Hassel, Sean Jacobs on pit lane. Colin Matiak continuing to lead. I think he might be coming down pit lane too, judging from this pace. So Matiak on pit lane. Take a look at Sean Jacobs as he's finishing up his pit stop in that 24 car. There's Matiak, our race leader, coming down pit lane to take some service here on lap 40. .7X, Alexei Salviev finishing up his pit stop, coming back out. Man, he gets that car sideways coming off pit lane. Matiak finishing up his pit stop. Can he maintain the race lead? Coming around on the apron of the track, got to rejoin the track coming off turn 2. As the 13 of Colin Matiak holds on to the lead. In fact, extends that lead 1.8 seconds over Sean Jacobs. Archie Vieira is in 3rd. Bardelli Jr. 4th. Jim Willis in the 5th position. Will Dunbar here trying to get around Zach Munkasey. Munkasey on the inside. Off pace there just a little bit as Will Dunbar getting by that 29 car. Now back up to the 6th position. Take a look at that. 2.2 seconds separate the two. 2.3 separate P1 and P2. Take a look at Preston Hassel in the 27 car. Wanting to have a good night. Right now running in the 8th position. He had a little bit of damage there earlier in that run with that contact with Alexei Salviev. He's looking to try to climb back here, so he's gotten himself a little bit behind the 8-ball here in the 8th position now. I guess if you're going to be in behind the 8-ball, you might as well be in 8th position, huh? 27 car here, putting a little bit of pressure here on Zach Munkasey. Will Dunbar just ahead there, also in the 6th position. And chatting it up there, Jair Oliveira joining us in the chat session. He says he's not going to be able to run in the IndyCar Series tomorrow. That's too bad there. Sorry about that. But he is rooting for the Brazilian drivers and Will Dunbar. Will Dunbar might have been adopted into the Brazilian. Might be an adopted Brazilian now. Good to see JJ out here in the chat session. We're watching the 27 of Preston Hassel, that AMD sponsored machine. Right now running in the 8th position. Got a little work to do here. We approach halfway. Colin Madiak, the race leader. Got a pretty good lead there over Sean Jacobs, about 2.8 second lead. Look at this. So Will Dunbar and Jim Willis getting after it right now. 88 having a good run. Top 5 run here so far for the 88 car. 53, Jim Willis now. Looking at Preston Hassel and Zach Munkasey. Munkasey going down to the bottom side there. Pressuring Jim Willis and does get around. Preston Hassel going to follow him through. So Jim Willis on a little bit different pit sequence, but I don't think he's really had the night that he's wanted to have here so far. You see him drifting up the track again, so he's having some more trouble. So this 53 off the pace there just a little bit. Uncharacteristic really of him. He normally has a really good race car. And I think it's just a matter of time before he just starts clicking off wins. Right now running in the 8th position. Will Dunbar now closing in on Claudio Bardelli Jr. in this 88 car. Continue to move up the grid now in P4 as the 91. Claudio Bardelli Jr. going to try to fight him on the outside line through the tri-oval area into turn 1. So the 88 picking up that spot. The 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. not going to let him get away, though. Look at that. Zach Munkasey going to slip through as well. Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car here now in the 8th position. Just behind him is Alexei Salviev. I was going to say Alexei Myson. He runs in the GT3 series as well. Well, kudos to Alexei Salviev, man. It is like it's tomorrow over in Russia right now, and he's racing with us. That's 7X getting by 68 car. Jim Willis has retired his machine. What's going on there with him? So the 53, not the night that he wanted to have, I think, and he's going to retire his machine. So unfortunately, kind of a bad night there for Jim Willis. He retires his car. So Colin Matiak extending that lead now 3.2 seconds over P2. Sean Jacobs in the 24 running in the 2nd position. Never count that guy out, man. Got a lot of wins, got some championships. Been racing with Sean for a long time. We've been racing together for about 20 years. That's not an exaggeration. Pretty darn close to 20 years. I've been with HORL since 2001. Sean came in somewhere around 2003 or so. So, we're working on 20 years of racing together. So, and he is really, come a long way. Now you look at 24 car. Anytime he's out on the track, you got to really consider him as a threat to win the race. So his racing, I'd say the last year and a half has really, really improved. So right now running in P2. And he's got a pretty comfortable lead over the 3rd position car, and that is the 4 of Artur Vieta. And what can you say about Artur Vieta that I haven't already said before? That this guy is always a threat to win the race. He's got some championships. He could drive just about any car you put him in. And very, very quiet on the radio. Very, very, very kind gentleman. Always supportive at HORL. And it looks like the 4 car having a pretty good night here running in the 3rd position. Will Dunbar, good top 5 run for him, but he's got Zach Munkacy breathing down his neck right now. So the 88 of Will Dunbar running in the 4th spot. Zach Munkacy running in P5. Preston Hassel, Uncle Preston, running in the 6th position. That's one thing that Preston definitely wants to see. He wants to see himself get around his nephew, Will Dunbar. So Preston, see a little bit of tightness with that car. You can tell that they're turning that wheel quite a bit, so that right front tire. So the 27. Preston Hassel right now running in P6. Good run here for him. Wow, Munkacy is sandwiched in between these guys. So, right now, Zach Munkacy, good bounce back here from an earlier incident. These guys really slowing up the pace here as these tires wear out. Take a look at this. So we were jumping somewhere else, and it looks like Preston Hassel making a move here to get around the 29 car. So now the Preston Hassel moving up to P5 as Zach Munkacy falling back to the 6th position. So Preston Hassel patient and moving up to P5. Colin Matiak here continuing to lead. How about this, man? Who in the world is in the chat session right now? Is that Sandro Kelmer? Man, my eyes deceiving me right now. Is that Sandro Kelmer right there? Right there. Right there, that's Sandro Kelmer. Right there, that guy. Oh my God. Hey! Sandro Kelmer's in front of me. Good to see Sandro out, man. Boa noche. And all of Brazil out here, man. At least the most important guys in Brazil. JJ and Sandro all coming out here to join us in the race, or in the chat session. Good to see them out. So the 13, Colin Madiak, continuing to put him up and pick him up and put him down. He's got a 4-second lead over Sean Jacobs. Arteviera running in the 3rd position. Preston Hassel 4th. Will Dunbar running in the 5th position. Wait a minute. Did I say 4th for Preston Hassel? That means he's gotten around Will Dunbar. So we'll take a look here at Preston Hassel working the nephew over. Going by on the bottom side as you see the 88 car now deal with Zach Buncasey. Well, Dunbar not content, man. He wants to get back around this AMD sponsored machine. So good run right here, 27 and the 88. Good battle there between the two of those guys. 27 now up to the 3rd position. Arteviera on pit lane. I believe he might be finishing up his pit stop now. So Arteviera here finishing up his pit stop. So he's made that pit here on lap 63 or so. He's back at it. Now running in the 9th position. Take a look at Colin Madiak here. And we're getting some word that Sean Jacobs is going to come down pit lane. Kind of being arrested here. We'll take a look at Sean Jacobs and that side-by-side Madiak continuing to lead here. And he waited a little bit before he pitted on that last green flag pit stop. So he's got to see 24 peeling off the track there. Come down pit lane. Oh, he is on the brakes. He might have got caught speeding. Did you see that? 24 hard on the brakes as he came off the track. Oh, and he's indicating he might have gotten a speeding penalty. Huge, huge, huge turn of events there for the 24 car. Sean Jacobs coming off the track and might have gotten caught speeding. We'll take a look here. This is actually a little bit... Take a look at Sean Jacobs here. Now this might be a little bit early. Sean Jacobs, look at that, man. He was squirrely there. So the 24 here, we'll take a look at this pit stop that he makes. Now he is indicating that he did not get caught speeding, but man, this thing was interesting. Coming off the track, come down pit lane here to the 24 car. So we got a lot of the guys having some trouble on pit lane. And I mentioned that at the beginning of the show. You got to make sure you're careful because pitting is kind of difficult here. The 24, watch this, man. This is him coming down pit lane. Watch this thing. This thing is going to get absolute sideways right there. Look at that. Almost spins out, and he does not get a speeding penalty. How in the world did that work out? Zach Buncasey is the leader. Will Dunbar indicating he got caught speeding as well. That is a disastrous penalty for the 88 car. Speeding on pit lane, and he has to do a stop and go. Oh, my God, he was having such a good night here. Zach Buncasey, the leader, here on lap 67. Now, he's off sequence here a little bit with the pits. 29, Zach Buncasey got a 13-second lead over Colin Madiak, and I think once he pits here, Colin Madiak will reassume the race lead. So he is indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So Will Dunbar, mad at himself for speeding on pit lane, got a penalty, had to come back down pit lane. Now shown in the 10th position, and that's how quickly your fortunes can change. You see the 29, Zach Buncasey, coming off the track to come down pit lane here, take some service, giving up the race lead ultimately, as the 13 is going to reassume the race lead. 69 laps in, 30 laps to go. Colin Matiak, the leader. Sean Jacobs, averted disaster, running in the second position. Archie Vieta is in third. We've had one caution flag. Claudio Bartelli Jr. running in the fourth position. Zachman Casey on pit lane shown in fifth, but I think Preston Hassel is going to end up taking over that spot. Zachman Casey has a penalty. He got caught speeding and has to come back down pit lane. So the 29 car gets a penalty. Too fast entering pit lane. When it rains, it pours. He had a tough break there early in the race. He got into the wall and had some damage and now has a penalty. He's got about 5 laps to serve that thing. Luminaire in here cheering on Will Dunbar as another one of the gaming clan. So Fred and Luminaire. So Matiak 5.5 second lead over Sean Jacobs. Archie Vieta is in third. Bardelli Jr. fourth. Preston Hassel is in fifth. Zachman Casey doing his drive-through. The 29 in that long, slow journey down pit lane to do that drive-through. Late in the race, not good. He had bounced back so well. And really, when he got up to the fourth position, of course, he led some laps there once the guys came down and made pit stops. So somebody who hasn't made any mistakes tonight is the 13 car. 16-year-old driver from Ohio. And he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And he drives just like you would expect, a fearless 16-year-old to drive, too. He really does. He puts that car in places that I think a lot of drivers wouldn't dare to put the car, but somehow makes it work. Got a lot of race wins since he's coming over here to HORL, and he just eats, sleeps, and drinks racing. And, I'll tell you, he's going to be racing that GT3 series. I'm quite certain of that, and I would expect him to be very, very competitive in that series. Sean Jacobs here running in P2, 5.7 seconds off the lead. Vieta third, Bardelli Jr. fourth, Hassel in fifth. So the top 5 all on the lead lap, 6 through 10. Either 1 or 2 laps down. They've got one car out of the race. 76 laps in, and Sean Jacobs going to need a little help here in order to have a chance at competing for the race win. Archie Vieta in the 4 car running in the third position. Almost 12 seconds off the pace. Jomar Peixoto here in a 3X machine. He's running in the 9th position. He's 2 laps down. His 3X car. Good to see Jomar out as well. One of our passionate Brazilian drivers. Tell you what, man, if you have not, speaking of Brazilian drivers, but Automobilista, if you do not have that game, it is a great game. They have got I've said this before, the Brazilian stock cars mod in that game is incredible. If you've ever seen the Brazilian stock cars race, check them out on YouTube. Those guys just flat out get after it, man. Bunch of road courses there, all the, Curitiba and Interlagos, and, just some great courses in Brazil that these guys swing those Brazilian stock cars around. And they are a heck of a lot of fun. One of the I think most enjoyable mods that I've seen were if you want to call that a mod, in the Automobilista game. Really very, very fun. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. A pretty good night here, running in the 6th position. He is in the lucky dog position, so if there is a caution flag, he gets to drive around and get that lap back. So a very important position for him. Kind of get an idea, I think, of where Zach Casey is in respect to him. So got a fairly comfortable gap there on Zach Casey, who would be the other car that would be 1 lap down, running in the 7th position. So Givaldo, very important spot here for him right now. He wants to hang on to that. Last car on the lead lap. Look at that, Zach Casey giving Preston Hassel a little bit of grief. Preston is the last car on the lead lap. He's running in the 5th position, 25 seconds back. He wants to stay on that lead lap. Bardelli Jr., I believe, is on pit lane, so he's making his final pit stop here tonight. I would assume, assuming we stay green. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. on pit lane in that 91 car. As we're watching our race leader clicking off the laps. So a big late race pit stop for the 91 car. Claudio Bardelli Jr. coming back out on track. Art Vieta on pit lane as well. So late race pit stop for the 4 car. This is what these guys like, man. They like these green flag runs, get some strategy going on. And Art Vieta, one of the best at the strategy. Colin Matiak continuing to lead. That 13 car. One car out of the race. Jim Willis having a tough night, finishing in the 11th position. Checking on Alexei Salviev. He is our pole sitter there. Got in a little bit of a scrape there, and then also had to serve a penalty. Now in the 7X car, running in 2 laps down, running in the 9th position. Excuse me, in the 8th position. Will Dunbar coming down pit lane, indicating he's going to make a pit stop here. So hopefully they remind him of what pit road speed is, so he doesn't speed this time. That Salesforce sponsor machine. So take a look at the 88 car. That Salesforce sponsored Ford Mustang. Colin Matiak indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane here this time. So the final pit stop here for the 13 car. Very, very conservative as he comes off pit lane. Off the track, down pit lane, I should say. Sean Jacobs, I'm assuming, going to take the race lead here. As Matiak on pit lane, Sean Jacobs not taking the lead yet. Kind of give you an idea of where Colin was. By the time, I'll tell you what, he might end up hanging on to the lead here. 24, I believe, still has to make a pit stop. Might be wrong about that, judging from where they're at. Maybe he's already made that, so he's 6.8 seconds back. Probably already made it. It's now Madiak here on lap 88, hanging on to the lead. 7-second lead over Sean Jacobs. Archuleta is in third. Munkasey fourth. Mardelli Jr. fifth. Preston Hassel is sixth. Now I think Munkasey indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane, and that's exactly what's happened here. So the 29 making his final pit stop. Colin getting by the 88. Will Dunbar now 3 laps down. 10 laps to go for the 13 car. We've had one caution flag. It was about lap 8, I think. Besides that, we've been green the remainder of the laps. Green flag pit stops. Name of the game here, man. Being on the ball, no speeding, making sure you get into your pit stall nice and clean. So you get his good 14-second, 13-second pit stop. Looking out of the back of Colin Madiak's machine at Will Dunbar at 88. Zach Munkasey in the 29 car. So back there as well. Just a little bit of a speeding penalty for Will, and he had a pretty good car here tonight, running in P4 most of the night. Kind of a tough break there for him. Don't forget to tune into that GT3 series once it starts coming up on July the 3rd. Will is going to run that series and also run in the series. I'll be broadcasting those races live to you here on TurnLeftTV. Always get a little bit of grief for those guys, man. When I broadcast road courses, they're like, "What about Turn Left? Is it Turn Left and Right TV?" Valdo Spindola now up to the 7th position in that 68 car. Having a pretty good run there. Is he getting by Zach Munkasey? Now moving up to 6 as he gets by Gilmar. Zach Munkasey here now putting a little pressure on the 88. Not for position. Zach running in the 7th position. So getting by on the outside there, the 88 car. Alexei Salviev picking up a spot now, running in the 8th position. In that 7X car with 5 laps to go. Peixoto on pit lane. Here, really, really late pit stop for Gilmar Peixoto. He might be having some trouble there getting in his pit stall. So take a look at the Colin Madiak here is in traffic. Peixoto now in his pit stall, running in 10th position now. .13 rolling up on Givaldo. Getting by him, now putting him 2 laps down. Zach Munkasey trying to sneak through. That is for position there. 2 of those guys. Peixoto has a penalty, so he's going to have to come down pit lane, it looks like, again. Just a few laps to go. So this is a battle here between Spindola and Munkasey. Last thing that Colin wants to see is the caution flag. Chiming in on the radio saying, "Hey man, be cool guys." So 2 laps to go for Colin Madiak as he's rolling up on Preston Hassel. Preston Hassel still on the lead lap. Good ad right there. Spindola and Casey still battling it out. These guys do not want to let it go. 27 of Preston Hassel on the outside line. He doesn't want to go a lap down, but it's all over but the shouting as far as I'm concerned, because this is the last lap. And 13 car. The 13 car here going to come away with a race win. Preston Hassel wanting to stay on that lead lap, and they are racing to the behind them for the sixth position. And Casey ended up getting Spindola. So 13, Colin Matiak wins this race. Big race win for him. So the 13, Colin Matiak. Every time I see that car, I think it says Hornet's Nest. It's Honest to Speed Shop. So congratulations to Colin on getting the win here. He's not even going to do a burnout, is he? He's going straight to victory lane. 13, he knows where it's at. So Colin getting the race win. Congratulations to him. Don't hurt anybody in victory lane. So we're doing his burnout. Good job to Colin Matiak on getting that win. Let's take a look at the finishing results. Colin Matiak gets the race win. Congratulations to him. Sean Jacobs finishes in the second position. RTV had a third. Claudio Bardelli Jr. finishes in fourth. Preston Hassel battling back for a fifth place finish. Zach Casey sixth. Giovanni Spindola, he and Zach Casey had a great battle there at the end. Very fun to watch. Finishes in the seventh position. Alexei Salviev in his first race out here in the stock cars finishes in eighth. Will Dunbar ninth. Gilmar Peixoto finishes in the 10th position. And finishing in 11th is Jim Willis in the 53 car. So congratulations to Colin Matiak on getting the win here at Texas. Ricky Emerson says he has an apartment in victory lane. We'll see if we can't get Colin up here in the booth with us. All right, Colin Matiak join us up here in the booth. Fun race there, man, with the long green flag runs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, you know, there was a little bit of a question whether you're even going to be able to race tonight. It seemed like you got those things worked out, but it's typically the thing with rFactor 2, man. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, this game's a bit of a problem child half the time.
Well, you know, you started on the outside on that restart. I had to be thinking that that was where you wanted to be. I know Alexei Salviev chose the inside line, but it really looked like the outside was the place to be.
I'm not too sure if it was the place to be. I mean, the racing line and the rubber was laid down there, so maybe it helped a little bit, but I never got to try the inside, so I don't know, but it works, so I'm not really going to complain about it.
We had a lot of guys have some trouble coming down pit lane on those green flag stops. Was it dicey for you to come off track to come down pit lane?
If you try to come down too early or slow down too late, it was pretty sketchy. The car wanted to kind of spin out on you, but if you got it slowed down early enough, you were go.
Yeah, Sean Jacobs and you had a pretty good battle early on in the race. Talk about it, what it was like to race there with the 24 car. He did take the lead for a little while.
Yeah, Sean was pushing up on me for the first half of that race, and I just had to let him go. I didn't want to use up my tires for the end of the stint, but at least somebody was able to battle me in the first half of the race before it was just by myself the second half.
Well, as you ran down about 10 laps to go there, you started coming up on some lap traffic, and also you were even cognizant of what was going on behind you with those guys getting pretty racy, and the last thing you wanted to see was a caution flag.
Yeah, too many times I've had wins taken away because of last lap cautions, and I don't want it to happen again.
Well, great win here at Texas. Next week is a crapshoot, in my opinion. It's Daytona International. If you're available there, you're going to race in that, and if so, how do you feel about your chances at Daytona?
The chances are however many drivers show up, so it's a 1 in whatever odd. I just hope I don't end up in the wall. That's about all I can say about Daytona.
Well, I think it's sort of that track where you can't really win that race by yourself. Unlike tonight, you could win that by yourself, but Daytona is not going to be one where you're going to be able to do that. After that, you get Palm Springs, which is Homestead, and then Bristol. So we've got 3 really different tracks. And then if you want to throw Riverside in there on July the 23rd, you're talking about a really diverse array of tracks coming up. Anything stand out to you?
Well, Riverside stands out, but I think I might be missing that race due to vacation. But hopefully I can make up for it in the races before that.
Well, hey, congrats. Good win for you. And, hey, your dad was in here watching. He said, watch your speed, kid. I'm sure you've heard that before.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations, and thanks for coming out and racing with us here at HORL.
Thank you.
All right, that's Colin Matiak with his win here in the Buschwackers series. Said he definitely got a little chuckle out of that. He said that Dad probably has told him to watch his speed more than just tonight. So very funny. But 13 car in victory lane, that Honest Speed Shop sponsor machine. And good to see him in victory lane here at Texas Motor Speedway. Well, coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the final race of the season in the High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series, and it's a big one. Richmond International, a great short track where they actually used to run, I think it was the Richmond 300, if I'm not mistaken. So race number 10 will be at Richmond, the classic short track for IndyCars, and very, very fun track. Excited about this one. It'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't want to miss it. Come on out and join us. And the Saturday Night Thunder later that evening, I'll be racing in this race at Pocono. As much as I hate that track, I'll be racing it at 80 laps at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle. It's the final race of the season in the Saturday Night Thunder. Does anybody have anything for Ricky Emerson at this track? I don't know. We're going to find out. And then coming up on Saturday, July the 3rd, Monza in a High Octane Racing League GT3 Series. That's right, it's back. The GT3 Series, High Octane Racing League style, is back on July the 3rd. Actually, we got a practice race coming up. Where are we at? Zandvoort, I believe, on Sunday. Same time, I believe. We'll start at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a kind of a practice race. So I'm probably going to, I don't know if I'm going to race in that one or not, but nonetheless, I might check it out. So encourage you guys, if you're interested in some GT3 Series racing, come on out to High Octane Racing League. Join us through that Discord address at the top. So the first race starts on July the 3rd. It's Monza. It should be a great one. I want to say thank you so much. Keeping that chat lively there. Some good buddies coming in the chat session, and thanks so much for coming in and joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Appreciate you being here. Had a pretty good turnout here tonight, 11 drivers. Of course, it's summer. It's hard to get some guys out to race early in the evening on a Saturday evening in the summertime, but that's okay. But congratulations to Colin Matiak on getting that race win. Thanks for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. And as always, I enjoyed bringing you the race. That's going to do it for us tonight here on TurnLeftTV. Congratulations to Colin Matiak on getting the win. And that's going to do it for us. You know what that means? That means I am out of here.